Just an hour and a half, hour and 20 minutes from north from Sydney up the expressway brings you to Terrigal. And this is the home of the ex-HMAS Adelaide shipwreck, deliberately sunk by the government 2 years ago as a dive site and dive wreck, and as a marine park. So it's a protected zone, which means that people are not fishing it, and we've got stacks and stacks of fish on it. It's only a 5-minute boat ride from Terrigal, and there's a number of dive operators working the wreck out of Terrigal. Most of us are working the dives in a back-to-back arrangement. So you'll go out on the boat, just 5 minutes to the wreck, you'll do your dive, you come back into the haven to have your coffee and so forth, while another group goes out, and then you go out a couple of hours later. So in terms of safety from a decompression point of view, you're getting a 2-hour surface interval, but not sitting on the boat, but sitting up here in beautiful Terrigal Parkland. It was intended that the wreck should have been in about 18 metres of water to the top deck, but it sunk into the sand and it went down 4 metres. So it's now 22 metres to the top deck. And in fact, if you go down through the various levels of the ship, and there's 5 decks, you can find yourself in 39 metres inside the wreck, down in the laundry and places like this. But for the beginner diver with a dozen or so dives under his belt, it's quite safe. We always have guides on the dives. You can't get locked out from a light situation. The ship is specifically designed so that wherever you are, there's always a view where there's a bit of light coming in from somewhere. You always find your way out of a hole, and the intention is to be no more than about 2 breaths from a hole anywhere, making it quite a safe dive. The guides will show you the best parts of the wreck, and depending on your experience, it'll determine how deep we go down into the wreck. But of course, most of the marine life, the fish life, is around the outside of the wreck. Great huge schools of kingfish, huge schools of jewfish at different times of the year, big schools of snapper. And in fact, it's a moving feast. It's not a case of the fish life is slowly built up. They're coming in these sort of various 2-monthly cycles. We're realising that at one period it's all kingfish, then it's all snapper. A few months ago it was all jewfish, and it'll all come back again. So you can't just say, I've dived it, I'll come back in a couple of years to see what's changed. It's changing every month. It's changing every couple of months. So it's a good dive. And within 250 miles of Sydney, this would have to be the very best dive.